The Ministry of National Security has been using a three-step public health approach to tackle Jamaica's crime problem. Under steps 1 and 2, gang activities will be interrupted through sustained police and military operations, preventing the spread of criminal activities. Step 3 provides an opportunity for everyone to participate. Emphasis is being placed on changing the behavior of citizens. To facilitate this, the National Security Ministry brought stakeholders together at the Unite for Change National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention. Unite for Change is the vehicle through which the National Crime Prevention and Community Safety Strategy is being implemented, a decision taken by Cabinet on October 28, 2013. And since the program was launched in December 2013, hope is being rekindled in the society, and law-abiding citizens have been coming together to create a more caring, gentle and safe society in a bid to reduce crime. Now, with unattached young people participating in violent crimes, the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention held in January engaged over 1,000 persons to share best practices on how to prevent young people and the society at large from getting involved in crime.
Your presence here signals your commitment to being a part of the Unite for Change initiative, which seeks to catalyze action around breaking the cycle of violence in our society.
One by one, the presenters outlined some of the factors that led to persons committing criminal acts.
The root cause of violence is exposure to violence, sometimes very quick, as in the example of a retaliation or a gang war, sometimes slow, such as someone exposed to child abuse grows up to become a child abuser decades later. So it's this exposure that's causing something in the brain to cause people to be likely to do it.
They're not reading how they should be reading. They're withdrawn. As I said, they have a history of parental neglect, often because the parent has been murdered, incarcerated, or just simply the parent is incapacitated in other ways. They may be fighting, or they've had a history of sexual or physical or any form of emotional neglect.
What we know is that we have people exposed to risk factors, and if they are in dysfunctional families, if they do have social disintegration and inequality and poor education, they land up in youth violence.
So, what's the plan to tackle the problem? Through the 4 pillars of the Unite for Change initiative, stakeholders will be able to implement, coordinate, and assess existing programs. The first pillar is crime prevention through social development. Pillar 2, situational crime prevention. Pillar 3, effective policing and justice processes. And Pillar 4, reducing reoffending. All stakeholders will therefore have a role to play in the process.
What I like to call a national alliance of the law-abiding. That is to say, a coordinated effort on the part of citizens from all walks of life.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We need to strengthen existing programs and make them that are effective and make them more widely available.
Activities may include interactive sessions with children to identify and treat behavioral problems, strengthening nutrition, greater parental support, recreational activities, skills training, and mentorship programs. Through the Unite for Change campaign, it is expected that government institutions will increase their capacity to prevent, reduce, and control crime. Citizens are also expected to participate more in community safety activities.
We expect sustained reductions in the fear of crime and related risk factors, and we expect a reorientation of residents away from a culture of violence, antisocial behavior, and attitudes.
A secretariat within the Ministry of National Security will be assessing the expected outcomes while tracking the progress made. To ensure that the Unite for Change program is achievable, persons will be encouraged to volunteer to support crime prevention activities in terms of mentorship and support. The public and private sectors, churches, and non-government organizations will also strengthen their relationship. So, how did persons react to the Unite for Change initiative and the Forum on Youth Violence Prevention?
Mr. Bunting, what he has done today for this forum, it has been great. The presentations also, I have learned a lot, especially the youth empowerment. So it has been good.
The entire day so far has been motivating, and we are going to take back from here added information that we can add to what we are presently doing.
I find the presentation which likened crime to an epidemic and really showing the characteristics of a contagious disease and how it spreads, I thought that was illuminating.
We can take the precautionary measures and the proactive measures that have been outlined in going forward, ensuring that our communities are safe, ensuring that violence is treated as it really should be treated.
Unite for Change National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention, mobilizing stakeholders to share best practices while coordinating efforts to help in the fight against crime.